What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge. I'm your host, Alan Bell. We have a fantastic Saturday show lined up for you today. Excited for that. We got college football, NBA, everything all over the place. Plus, you know our man Bucket's covering you for soccer. But before we get to today's best bets, let's take a look at how we did yesterday. And I'll tell you what, ooh, that's a good day to have right there. Look at everybody coming through. The Maestro with the Kings. Chip Patterson, tough one there on the push, but he held tough. Zach Sedemy, South Carolina. Emory Hunt with the 3-pack right there, crushing it. And then the site play college basketball, Bryant, -1.5. A hell of a day. And you know what? Man, let's replicate that. Let's do it again. Let's bring in the stars of the show here. Enough of me yapping. Nobody wants that. Look at these studs right here. First up, my man, Mike McClure. How we doing, sir?
Doing well, AB. Hanging in there. Trying to get the voice working for the show this morning. Got early college basketball, early college football. Beautiful day. Very cold in Nashville, as you know, but ready to go.
Yeah, man. Like, it was weird because the last 2 days it was like 76 degrees. I walk out the door this morning, 35. Was not expecting that, but I'll say this. It always looks like paradise behind our man, Micah Roberts. Micah, good to see you as always, buddy. How we doing?
Hey, good to see you guys too. Looking forward to the day. Busy basketball, not as busy as yesterday, but college football and everything. And this is one of the final few weekends that we'll have this busy schedule. So looking forward to taking advantage of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speaking of taking advantage, our man Buckets has been crushing it across the early edge, across CBS Sports HQ. You are seeing our man anywhere and everywhere because he is the best in the business. Also, sharp-looking young man. Buckets, how we doing?
Oh, stop it, AP. No, it's great to be here, guys. It's a great Saturday. Like you said, we've got every sport imaginable here today. So I'm excited to cash some tickets with y'all.
Yep, absolutely, man. All right, let's get into the storylines that affect the betting lines for today. First up, all right, Micah, I'm going to come over to you. All right, speaking about basketball, the NBA, all right, injuries and back-to-backs. Talk to us, my man.
Yeah, I like betting against teams that are on a back-to-back schedule, and then the injuries compound it more. A lot of these guys, management, not injured, but they don't want to ruin them. So you got a guy like Kawhi Leonard sitting out. He's probably ready to go. Kyrie Irving, obviously, his issues. He's out. But we got a back-to-back with Boston and Detroit. No rest. Boston 1-1 in back-to-back games this year. Detroit 2-1. And Brogdon's out for Boston. Cunningham is questionable, so want to check on that. Atlanta, Bogdanovich is out, and Philadelphia, Harden is out. Charlotte, Hayward, Martin, and Ball still out, and Haslam, Oladipo, and Hero's questionable. Haslam is out for Miami. And Houston, we have Tate out, and New Orleans, EJ Liddell out, and Portland, no Lillard, but Grant Winslow are probable. And we also have Dallas, Christian Wood is probable as well. So just a few things to look forward to. You always want to check the schedule, see that, and you want to check the back-to-backs. I think that's very important, especially, like I said, with resting players after those games.
Yeah, it's a good call right there. And on a side note, you guys always hear me on Wednesdays talk about at the end of the college football preview show how our man Micah is legitimately, dude, just all over every single sport. You see how he transitioned quickly from NASCAR right to NBA. He's got college bat. You name it, man. My man Micah does it. It's fantastic. All right, Buckets, coming over to you, man. So this is what, the last week before the World Cup break? All right, as a soccer novice, so to say, what does that mean? What do I need to know? How do I go about playing that?
Yeah, so this is the last weekend of match days for all of the major leagues until after Christmas. So we're not going to see any of these Premier League teams, German Bundesliga teams, Spain La Liga teams. None of them will be back until after Christmas for league play because starting next week, as you mentioned, we have the World Cup here. What that means for us as bettors is I'm giving the same advice I've given now on every single show I've done this week. Be careful betting on these big teams and these big leagues. A lot of these top players, their mind is already focused on international play. They're already focused on the World Cup, and they're not really there with their team as much as they normally are. We saw that already with Manchester City, arguably the best team in the world right now, losing to the mighty Brentford Bees at home, ending a 16-game win streak at the Etihad. We're just going to see a lot of weird results here, so be very careful betting on these big games here this afternoon.
All right. You know what? Noted. Be very careful. Yeah, Micah, go ahead, bud.
Yeah, I want to ask Buckets, like World Cup, I'm excited about it, but it's a new experience. I mean, November into December, this is absolutely bonkers. what should I be looking like? A 20-1 team, somebody that's not quite the favorite, but somebody's not really a long shot. Good value World Cup.
So I got to keep my bias out of it because my initial response is Germany to everyone.
Sure.
More than half of the German starting 11 is made up of Bayern Munich players. So that's a team that always has, not only do they have the ability to make that run, but they've got the consistency of playing with each other more than a lot of these international teams do. I think if you're looking for a long shot, I know that Martin does have some stuff over up on the SportsLine site, and he was looking at Senegal as possibly being one of those dark horses, one of those 22, 23-1 type odd players. That's pending if Sadio Mane stays healthy. I know he did get a knock at Bayern, and he's kind of 50-50 on if he's playing. But if he's in good form, that is definitely a team to be watching.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Nice. There we go. I'll put my money on Senegal. I'm feeling the Senegalese. This is that time right there. I love it. All right, let's get into our best bets for today. But before we do, let's take a quick break and hear from one of our partners. And we are back. All right, Mike, coming over to you, man. The biggest question every single week, everybody waits Saturdays, first quarter plays. You got one. Let it rip, man.
Yeah, we're going first quarter under AB. We're going LSU, Arkansas. Road game for LSU on the road in Arkansas. Look, it's an 11 a.m. local time kickoff. Temperatures mid-30s, double-digit north winds. We're talking wind chills in the 20s. Very cold early game here on the road. Got to get the energy up. Potential letdown spot for LSU, at least initially, after that huge win over Alabama. On the other side, KJ Jefferson banged up. Might take him a series or two to get comfortable against the LSU defense, if you can ever get comfortable against that defense. But what I expect is both teams to find marginal success on the ground early in the game. Keeps the clock rolling here, but based off the travel situation, the weather, the hangover potential for LSU, and then the injury on the Arkansas side, I could see this game taking a possession or two on each side to really get moving here before we see those big explosive plays. Give me the under 13.5 in the first quarter.
There we go, my man. There we go. Well done on that. All right, Buckets, coming over to you, buddy. One play as well. Pretty popular team here. Money line we got.
A small club you guys might have heard of before called Arsenal will be traveling to take on the Wolverhampton Wolves in the Premier League afternoon game. And Arsenal's kind of a weird team because they're a team now that every single week people have been like, they're just getting lucky and they're kind of hitting above their clip and they'll fall off eventually. But now we're 13 games into the season and they've only lost a single game and they're leading the entire Premier League. Eventually, you got to admit they might just be a good team as they're having a historic start to their club seasons. They're traveling to take on a Wolverhampton side that is currently sitting second to last on the table and are facing a potential relegation scare already this early in the season. Arsenal has the least goals conceded while the Wolves have the least goals scored in the entire league. It's a little bit of juiced odds, but Arsenal money line at minus 150, especially now after that Manchester City loss, is fantastic value for this team to take care of business here.
There we go, man. There we go. I like that. All right, Micah. You know what? You are in the clean-up spot. Our man coming through. You got multiple plays here today. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Reggie Jackson.
I'm going to get out of your way. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Floor is yours, sir.
All right, we're going to start out. We're going to go with Penn State minus 10. It's rain there, 9 miles an hour wind, 50 degrees. But I like the way the offense has worked with the running game and the passing game. Very efficient. The blocking's been nice. They've got over 479 yards their last 3 games. I think they're going to take care of Maryland. And Maryland, I mean, they did well early in the season, covering against Michigan. But that was when they were undefeated. And I just think this is a spot here. They kind of, it's set. They know who they are now. Got rocked by Wisconsin last week. Impressive defense there. I think Penn State's going to do the job at home, cover that 10 spot. Then we're going to go to West Virginia. Got a big travel for Oklahoma, traveling to West Virginia, Mountain Home. Love it. I think this is a spot. I've been waiting all year for this team. This is one of those teams early in the season, AB, I was talking about with the offensive linemen, and I expected big things out of them. And the offensive line is still there, but no big things have been happening. They're 3-6 on the season. They don't have a signature home win yet either. They beat Baylor, who actually beat Oklahoma last week. Gabriel had 3 interceptions there, but a big win, something to play for at home. They usually have one of those every year, and I think JT Daniels can do it. I thought it was going to be the TCU game. I thought it was happening there, and then TCU somehow covered that game. But I think this is a spot here with Oklahoma not playing well, 5-4 on the season, just really uncharacteristic of the program that we've seen over the last decade or so. And I think they're going to maybe even get the win here. But I definitely took the points +9 at Circus Sports. And then we're going to go the over in the Louisiana Tech and Texas San Antonio games, 68. Louisiana Tech is playing some great football right now, moving the ball offensively, doing extremely well. They've gone over their last 5 games. They've gone over 8 of their last 9. They've come short because of the defense not being very good. But this is kind of the way the UTSA has been playing all season. I mean, they win close games all season. They've been in 3 overtime games. They get over a lot, 6-3 to the over this season. Frank Harris, this is a guy like he just has this gene. He reminds me of Russell Wilson because he's so good in the clutch, and he's been doing it all season long. So I like the over in that game there. So that's all I got, man.
Dude, I love it. And let me say this. You were spot on. I think it was week 0. Like, I think it was the first week that we did the college football playoff thing. You said, look, man, offensive lines across both college football and the NFL. And you have, dude, you.
But that was one that did not work so well.
Well, I mean,
game
to game, yeah, but still.
Dude, I put too much in JT Daniels. I expected a lot more out of him, and he really fizzled. And apparently, this is why Georgia and USC didn't hold him back. So, good luck today. JT Daniels, go get it.
There we go, man. There we go. All right, everybody, grab your paper, grab your pencil. Let's take a recap here. It does look glorious. Buckets is on Arsenal money line -150. Mike McClure, LSU, Arkansas, first quarter under 13.5. Michael Roberts is on Louisiana Tech, UTSA over 68. West Virginia +9. Penn State -10. Excuse me. Chip Patterson, Washington State -8. Michigan team total over 39. North Carolina team total over 36.5. Emory Hunt is on Princeton -1.5. And Fordham -16.5 and the over 60.5. I am on Tennessee team total today over 37.5 against Missouri. I saw a question in the chat in regards to the team total over 20.5 today in the first half. I like that. Be careful with the weather. It's cold, rainy, windy. That being said, Tennessee has really no other option but to score as many points as possible. So, yeah, you're getting another 21. I like that play. And we got more coming for you from our College Football Week 11 show. Tom Fornelli is on TCU +7, Wisconsin, Iowa over 35, Oregon -13.5, Florida -7.5. Jacob Fettner is on TCU +7 as well. SMU team total over 45.5. Tennessee first half -11.5 on the spread, and Western Kentucky team total over 37.5. Chip Patterson is on North Carolina, Wake Forest under 77. Kentucky team total over 33 against Vanderbilt. Michigan -29.5. Washington State -7.5. UAB -6. And Iowa State, Oklahoma State under 48.5. So, gentlemen, it's all the time, all the damage that we could do for today. Anybody have any big final parting thoughts that you have for anything?
No, just
I'm going to take that as a no. All right, I don't either. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be live Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern normal time. Get everybody prepared for the NFL Sunday Week 10. Get you all prepped up for NFL Sunday Night Football as well. But until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.